This is Operations Officer Windfall in Seattle, Washington. It's 4:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time on March 14th, 2013. I'm at Terry in Columbia. So, one thing I've become pretty good at, and it was like a theory I presented to the CIA before I was hired, was that a lot of these terror organizations, what I call the unknowns, utilize, really basic tradecraft to, and they use the multi-dimensional ways to push their information out. And you never know, it's like a trap door. You never know who exactly is going to connect to the data or the information, the intel, the instructions from the terrorists that actually can use it. But they push it out all the time, which is actually good for me, because since I can figure out what it means, you have to actually know what it means. You have to be able to interpret it. And then once I see it, then I know what it is, and then I can report to, my boss, John Brennan. And I usually report to my boss, my case officer, but my case officer has been a little bit under the weather. Anyway, I have a couple of colleagues that come in and out of my orbit here in Seattle, which I'm thankful for. But anyway, I'm just going to cut to the chase here now. It's 4:33 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and I have to tell you that they believe, because these Islamists, these Muslim, they're not true Muslims, they're frauds. They're evil frauds. But I'd like to put the veneer on. They want to attack a military target. And so it appears at this point, since I've been pushing them to move their attack plans, and they want to attack a major installation or city or someplace and cause a lot of casualties. They pushed it to a secondary target. Like, think of Dr. Strangelove. In Dr. Strangelove, they had this wild B-52 ride, and they couldn't get to their primary target, so they went to a secondary target. This is the way it works now. The terrorists have secondary targets. Fort Bragg is their target because it's military. It's very much an iconic U.S. Symbol, the 82nd Airborne, and they want to try to hit that one. So I just saw that. I saw the signals. I saw that they had a sort of a discussion on the street. These terrorists actually work on the streets. Literally just flat out on the street, just like I am. I do exactly what they do. That's the beauty of my system, or the system that I'm adopting. That I actually work on the street, on the fly, just like they do. So anyway, word to the wise, the policymakers in the United States and elsewhere, be aware that they will try to use a very, very significant weapon, probably an exotic weapon, to hit the 82nd Airborne at Fort Bragg, possibly when they're about to be deployed for some crisis in the Middle East. So be looking at the Middle East first for signs of rattlings of sabers and issues. And then you see that, look around, boots on the ground, eyes right there on the site. See what you see. Don't rely on fucking signals. Don't rely on phone calls. Don't just go out there and look at the motherfucker. And if you see something, don't look right, you investigate. And don't take nobody's word for it. You yourself, you are responsible for it. All you fucking swinging dicks out there are responsible. But ultimately, I'm responsible because I'm giving you the fucking intel. So it's my ass if I'm wrong. Hey, and I'll see you in jail. That's all I can say.